Okay. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Good morning, good morning, good morning. 728, 728. Then we see. Okay? SPX down 10. That puts it at 40.20-ish, somewhere. I mean, 40.10-ish, somewhere in there. You got 39.91, 39.82, all the way to 39.50. Okay? But oil is moving back up. As he stops raising rates, oil moves back up. If oil moves back up, hold on. QURANI. Okay. As oil moves back up, that gets inflation back up. So just know that that's out there. That's out there. Okay. GDP. I would think if the GDP is strong, that's good for the market. They don't want a recession right away. Okay, so let's see what happens. NVIDIA 181. If it gets through 181, this can run. If the chips thing passes, that's good. If the chip thing fails, these go right back down. Okay, underneath 169. CMG, if it breaks through 1531 at the open, it's a long way away. Then maybe it runs. We'll look at the 1550s. Lam Research was way up. They guided way higher. It was all the way at 485, and then I don't know what they said or did, but it completely cratered. Okay, so keep an eye on that. But is it like ASML? Does it go up the next day? Still, we see. ASML is 552, 559. Lam Research is 472, 479, 481. Avago finally trying to break out. 532, 541. Qualcomm guided down. Isn't that interesting? They guided down. So that one's lower. If it goes positive, then we see. Now, here's the problem with the market. Guys, write this down. The premiums are stupid. They're stupid premiums. Just call them stupid. Okay? Qualcomm, 14 points up, were $1.50. Qualcomm hasn't had a 14-point up day in 2 years, and you think chips are going to have a 14-point up day? Think about that. They've got ludicrous on this stuff on both sides. It's a writer's premium. So when that happens, don't touch it. Just move forward. Go do something else, because they're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. They can't be ridiculous. They have to be reasonable where you can make some money. If you can't make money, it's no good. Okay? Then we see. Okay? Very simple. But if Qualcomm can get positive, okay, say 152, that means the whole chip sector is ready for tomorrow. And if Apple says good stuff, then it goes. If Apple says bad stuff, and Apple, are we right back to 39.40? 39.50? Possible. PANW 489 next. ENPH 269, 272. This moved a lot. Does it pop back down to 250? Possible, but oil is still higher, driving it higher. Okay? Teladoc. How do they lose this much money? Doesn't make any sense. They're going to lose $60 this year. $60. The stock's at 30. Explain this to me. Don't even know how to do that. I like the 30, puts it open at 5 cents, 10 cents. MDB down a little bit on NOW. These are all down a little bit on NOW. If NOW gets better, then it pops back up. Okay? UNH trying to break out, can't get through 541. Meta, does it go positive? The news was so bad, but does it go positive? Anything's possible. Okay? Anything's possible. Okay? So then we see. So UNH would be 541. Meta would be 166, 169. Goldman Sachs just holding there. You got 329, 332. Google, if it can get through 15. If GDP is good, maybe Google gets through 15, 115. Then we see if it can spike. Underneath 107, bad. Snowman tried to go yesterday, 142. Then 146, but if now craters, snow's not going to go up. It's going to go lower. NOW, those options are going to be back to about $6 at open. So you'll be up a couple bucks there, covers the other ones. Interesting. Then we see. But if it breaks, the PE is ridiculous on it. Okay. Interesting. Teladoc Livongo acquisition destroyed them. Absolutely. Here, the Teladoc business is a garbage business. It's a garbage business. Think about this. Just think about this. A doctor visit, let's say it's $100. $100. If you do it all online, these places want to charge you what? $10? $20? I don't know what they're charging. And the doctors are going to say, are you insane? Why would we give you 10% or 20%? Let's say they're charging $1. Then what are they making? They're not making anything. It's a ridiculously stupid business. And the whole insurance business, don't get me started, is really ridiculous too. Think about this. So you have, this happened to me many years ago when I left TI before I got insurance. Very interesting. If you use a doctor and he's charging you $75, that's the negotiated rate because you have Blue Cross. It's $75. But if you don't have insurance, it's $150. If you don't have insurance, it costs you double if you have insurance. And the doctor, if you want $75, you want $75. I understand the whole negotiator rate stuff, but it's dumb. If you don't have insurance, you go to the hospital, you have a surgery, it's $20,000. If you have insurance, think about this on some of this stuff. This diabetes meter that I use, right? You can buy them at Walmart for $70, no insurance. If you order them through insurance, they're $380. Can't even make this stuff up. How this stuff works, unbelievable. So the whole medical thing is just ridiculous. So now Teladoc is going to be the same way. But Teladoc going to go to shit. This stock going to go to zero. It's going to go to zero at some point. Somebody will buy them for $2 or $3. Okay. What's after that? NOW. Does it take out 400? If it does, 381. Costco held up. It held up. Do they warn again? Have to be ready for it. 509, big number. Tesla, 836. Coin right back to 60. Isn't that interesting? 57. We'll look at the 57s again for next week. Then we see. And that's what we know. That's what we know. Okay. Comments, questions? Teladoc. We talked about that. Avago breaking out. Possible tariff lifts. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if Pelosi is still going there. I don't know what war is happening. What I know is you have to watch for news and be ready for news. If that news comes, it goes one way or the other. Here's what I know. If the chip bill fails today, all the techs are going to implode. If the chip bit passes, we have a chance to get better. Keep an eye out for it. Then we see. Everybody have great trading days.